U.S. President Donald Trump is set to host Venezuelan opposition leader Maria Corina Machado at the White House in a closely watched meeting that could signal what Washington might do next on Venezuela. Meeting comes as Ms. Machado seeks renewed U.S. backing to restore democracy in Venezuela after campaigning for years to end the rule of deposed leader Nicolas Maduro. Ms. Trump has not fully backed Ms. Machado's leadership, having previously dismissed her credibility to run the South American nation. The meeting at the White House comes as Washington has signaled a willingness to work with interim President Delcy Rodriguez. Mr. Trump saying he thought they were getting along, quote, very well after their first phone call. And Nick Harper is covering the story for CNA Live from Washington, D.C. Nick, what can we expect out of this meeting between Mr. Trump and Ms. Machado?
Well, we see this meeting raises a very significant question. Who is Donald Trump backing in Venezuela? Because, as you mentioned, up until now, the Trump administration has backed the former vice president and Nicolas Maduro ally, Delcy Rodriguez, even saying she has fully cooperated with the US. It's given Washington everything that Washington wants, essentially the Venezuelan oil as planned. And over the last week and a half since the US operation on Venezuela, the opposition and Maria Corina Machado has been largely sidelined. So does this meeting suggest a shift in US strategy towards Caracas? Well, this might be part of the Trump tactic of keeping everyone guessing, and the other Trump tactic of putting pressure on his rivals, in this case putting pressure on the Venezuelan government to continue doing his bidding. As you mentioned, he spoke to Delcy Rodriguez on Wednesday. He said they had a great conversation. So in return, we're likely to see a charm offensive from Miss Machado. She's trying to curry favour with Donald Trump. And of course, she has something to offer the US president, her Nobel Peace Prize. He wants it. She has said that she will give it to him. He has said if that happens, it'll be a great honour. He'll accept it graciously. But that might be all she has to offer, because the US doesn't feel that she has enough support in Venezuela to run it. So despite this meeting at the White House, we might not see any change in who Donald Trump wants running the country after today's meeting.
Nick, the US president, he could take further military action because the US Senate has killed a war pass resolution that, if it had passed, would have limited Mr. Trump's actions, certainly militarily, in Venezuela. What does that mean in terms of what he can still do in the South American country?
Well, that's right. The fact that that bill failed to pass the Senate really leaves the door open for more possible strikes. Now, Donald Trump has said he doesn't plan anymore. He said that Caracas is cooperating, but that US naval blockade is still off Venezuela's coastline. And the US has made it clear those ships are staying, really to act as leverage to ensure that the Venezuelan government continues to do what Trump wants, namely to give over its oil, around 30 to 50 million barrels, and also to allow US companies in to drill for more. If the resolution had passed the Senate, the president would undoubtedly have vetoed it. However, I think symbolically, all of this shows that lawmakers are keen to try and curb his power and authority to carry out unilateral strikes on Venezuela. The very fact that that resolution passed the House before it went to the Senate shows that there is still a lot of anger on Capitol Hill after that initial military action on Venezuela was carried out without congressional approval.
Well, thanks to Nick Harper there covering this story for CNA Live from Washington, D.C.